Every week, I receive thousands of questions from people all over the world, from all walks of life, all stages of their career. And today, I'm going to be featuring one of my favorite. By the way, if you have a burning question, go ahead and email me in the link below. Today's question comes from Hannah, who is asking, how do I track the value and impact I'm bringing to my current position? I want to build as strong of a resume as possible when I start my next job search. For those of you listening who don't currently have a job, you can take this advice as guidance for when you do get your next role, because yes, you will be getting a next job. The most important thing to know in any role is how your company makes money and where you fit into it. It is critical to be able to track and tell the story of all the ways in which you may influence the business bottom line, because trust me, you do. Every single person has a margin on their paycheck. Otherwise, you would not be employed. Now, I know for some roles, it's a little bit harder than others to determine how you might impact the business bottom line. So here are 4 buckets or categories that you can dig into to figure out how you either bring in or save the company money. Those categories are revenue and business growth, efficiency and productivity, team and organizational impact, and then finally, creative and innovative impact. In a future video, I'll go into more depth on how exactly to quantify those metrics, but point being, you need to know how and where you fit into your financial ecosystem. Now, breaking down those categories even further, here are the questions to be asking yourself, or if you're not sure, who else can give you this information? So for the category of revenue and business growth, did you help acquire or retain customers? Did you improve conversion rates or deal size? For the efficiency and productivity category, did you save time or reduce errors? Did you streamline processes or automate tasks? For the team and organizational impact, ask yourself, have I improved retention or reduced turnover? And finally, for the creative and innovative impact bucket, did you improve quality or user experience? And did you develop new approaches or solutions? Now, if the answer to these questions is, I'm not sure, the next question to ask yourself is, who can give you this information? Because you impact another person or your team impacts another team. The key is figuring out that domino effect of how it all leads to the business bottom line. Looking at all of this information, the next question to ask yourself is, how can I add more value? And in particular, value that directly impacts the business bottom line, because this is going to give you an even stronger case study that you can speak to when you put together your application materials for the next job or a raise at this current job. Now, chances are your company's not going to just give you those opportunities. It is on you to identify and then make the pitch for why it is worth the company's allocation of resources, which includes your time, into helping to solve whatever the problem is that you've identified. Now, remember, the strongest case here will always come back to, well, the business bottom line. The best way to start finding and pitching opportunities to add value is to build relationships with the people you work with, but also the people that you don't. So I want you to think about other departments, people who are higher up than you, who is doing something that is of interest to you in any way. Doesn't mean you need to want their exact role, but something within what they do that intrigues you, because you will be sending an email to them and ask them to connect with you to tell you more. Now, I know you don't want to be a burden on their time. No one does. So the best way to do cold outreach to somebody of influence is to ask how you can support them and be specific about what it is that you noticed in the work that they do, or maybe what they're posting on LinkedIn that is intriguing to you, and make the connection to your own career goals and aspirations. Now, one Zoom or coffee meeting does not make a relationship. It is consistency over time. Your next opportunity most likely will come from the people that you have worked with or have some connection to already. So these are the folks to be investing in. You can kind of think of it like a mutual fund, right? A little bit of investment over time will yield big results in the long term. As you're building relationships, I want you to copy and paste those inevitable testimonials you get. What do I mean by testimonials? Those nice emails from clients or teammates or maybe even your boss telling you, hey, I think you did an excellent job. Maybe just take a screenshot, put it into a folder on your desktop. I like to call it a brag book or smile file. These things will help you better understand what you bring to the table, what makes you special, but also you can integrate these kinds of testimonials into your cover letter, your LinkedIn, and even when you interview. Now, of course, don't lose sight of yourself in all of this. Pay close attention to where you want to grow, your energy, your curiosities, and eventually, hopefully, you'll outgrow this role. There is a little bit of a danger of staying too long. It is good to know when it is time to move on. And one way to know that is by simply asking yourself, am I bored? And if so, ding, 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 it's time for the next challenge. All right, Hannah, I hope this was a good framework for you to get started. The fact that you even asked this question and you're thinking ahead, it means you are doing a great job. Keep me posted. Now, go get paid.